Welcome! E aí, galera, beleza? Bem-vindo à nossa comunidade.
Welcome to our community.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It is OGC here. Today we are going to discuss the new patch 1.21.16. This is coming out on August 13th at 1 a.m. UTC. It'll be about a 2-hour maintenance. During that time, I will probably catch up on my beauty sleep. Before we jump in, please like, subscribe, share if you have not already. And without further ado, let's see what's going on in this patch note. So coming up, we have some racial balances. First and foremost, Dwarf Bombardier is going to get a big boost at increasing their basic damage at all tiers at most by 40% at the highest tier, which means that level 15 blasters are going to have a 40% damage increase. This is going to be huge. This might actually make Dwarf relevant again if they can keep the blasters alive. Dwarf backline units such as snipers and or blasters have a really tough time staying alive for whatever reason. Their morale collapses so easily, they die off very easily. But, and here's the big but, if the Dwarf player can keep the Bombardiers alive long enough, they can now contend with humans extremely well. Bombers or blasters, their bombs actually go through the damage reduction of the swordsmen. So swordsmen have, I believe it's a 50% reduction against like arrows and stones and things like that, but the rockets totally ignore that. It makes rockets the perfect counter for human swords or human spears. Pretty much everything for human besides maybe Templars. So this could be huge, along with possibility of Lich becoming extremely relevant again, simply because of the new hero coming out and all the increases to the magic damage. This could actually make Dwarf back into the powerhouse that it once was. However, there is another race that's getting some buffs, and that is Rockin. So the Zen Desperados, their blinding arrows will now reduce enemy accuracy for 6 seconds. That's cool. It will prolong the damage reduction that they inflict onto the enemies, or the damage output will be lowered for them for longer. And then I think the one I'm more interested in is the Dire Desperado. So they deal burning damage when attacking enemies in incendiary arrows. Oh god, I can't say that. The fire arrows will now deal more burning damage. So I think my question with this is this going to be enough to matter against trees? If it is, if it's a noticeable increase against sylph trees, then what that means is if Rockin runs with the archers plus monks, they should be able to knock down those trees extremely easily. This could be setting Rockin up to be a decent counter against Sylph. I doubt that it will be. Honestly, I still think that Rockin archers are very lackluster. But let me know in the comment section which one you guys are more excited about. The changes for Dwarf, their blasters getting 40% more damage, or the Rockin buffs for the Zen and Dire Desperados or archers. I'll be interested to see how much burning damage and fire damage it actually does. Now, one thing that I am super grateful for, although it no longer affects me at all, but for all of you people that are going to Drake sometime soon, they now have a counterattack where you can revenge counterattack a commander's stronghold even if they're located in a misted region that you cannot explore. You do not need to travel to the target city to do this. Look, when you first go to Drake and the map's slowly opening up, people, if you're on the fringes of your island, people will be able to attack you and you cannot respond. There's also one city in every island. Is like that entry point. In previous videos, I've described it as like your last stand, like the Spartan 300 city. And what people would do is, it takes about a month for the mists to come off. I think that they reduced it so it's a little bit less than a month now for the newer servers. But people could sit in there, attack you, and then you couldn't do anything about it as far as getting your resources back, because in order to revenge attack somebody, you have to have access to their stronghold or they need to be in the capital. It was probably one of the most toxic things about Drake. There's nothing worse than trying to defend your kingdom and getting attacked and then being totally unable to respond. So the fact that Lilith is doing this counterattack thing where you can now attack people in the mist will remove that toxicity from the game. So you can now respond to people that are doing that. I think that's a fantastic thing. I'm very glad that Lilith is doing that. They're also doing some changes to Treasure Hunt. So you will now earn Warrior Chest rewards upon completing 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9 Treasure Hunt quests. The hero levels required for each quest have been reduced. So this is, well, for me, this is good for my ults. If people are on newer servers, this is really good news for them. And it's nice to see that the treasure hunts are getting lowered a little bit. Honestly, unless I get 9 stars or higher, I don't even deploy the heroes to do that. I look forward to the treasure hunt events for a chance to get maybe a divine egg. I definitely go for the legendary eggs. But honestly, I just I do it on my ults and I farm renown for myself. You can get a lot of renown from the treasure hunt events. So nothing really major with the treasure hunt, but they are addressing it for newer servers. So that's good. Other updates, you will now exchange or be able to exchange badges of bravery for new mage set pieces in the black market. I'm super excited about this. Pretty soon I'll have enough to buy 1 full set. I think I stand by what I said many videos ago when addressing the badges of bravery. I still highly recommend waiting for all of the sets to come out before making a decision to buy one. The badges of bravery, you'll be lucky if you can complete 1 whole set per Clash of Fate season. And I think the last Clash of Fate season was a longer one, and even with that, I have to wait for the chapter to end in Drake in order to get enough points to buy it. So I might not get the mage set. I don't know what the stats of the mage set are. I can probably look them up and find them out, but I'm not going to right now. So I don't think I'm going to buy it, even if it's really good. And the reason why is I don't know if in the next patch there's going to be an even better one coming out. And it's going to take so long to actually accumulate all of those badges of braveries to buy a complete set. So for me, in what I'm doing, I'm going to wait until all the sets are out and then make a decision then. But you guys are more than welcome to do whatever you want. In other news, we have one gaining resources. 80% will now be stored in the warehouse. The warehouse now protects more resources from being plundered. I guess this is good. I have no idea. Usually if somebody plunders my resources, it's pretty easy to get it back. I just go hit another player and get more resources than I'll use in a month from a single attack. So I think for where I'm at, this doesn't matter. It's actually going to make life harder for me to transfer resources to my alt accounts, so then I can build up high honor troops to go farm myself. But I suppose for newer servers, this might be a good thing because there's nothing worse than getting wiped out and losing all of your resources on a newer server. So now the void now unlocks when your stronghold reaches level 7. Again, that's awesome for newer servers. Waiting, I think it's level 10 right now. So going from 10 to 7 is nice. People can get a jump start into the void. Nothing wrong with that. The game's definitely pretty boring and dull right at the beginning. Once you get through like maybe the first hour of gameplay, it drops off pretty hard, and so this is good. It will give people more to do early on. Neutral armies now provide more resources when you defeat them. Awesome. I don't know about you guys. I don't have resource issues, but for people that do, that's a good thing for them. The tactics tool now unlocks when your stronghold reaches level 3. The difficulty and rewards for the first 10 stages have been adjusted. This is cool because right at the beginning of the game you can go get that lumber. that you really need to keep leveling up your castle. Again, it has been, jeez, probably a year and a half since I finished the tactics school, so that's something that's well beyond me. But I do think that's a really good change for newer players, brand new servers. That's good because whenever I make my alt accounts, I usually run into issues farming lumber. There's plenty in the map. I'm just too lazy to farm it, so this this makes life easier. When disabling troops, excluding bone soldiers and diabolists, you will now reclaim half the resources you spent training them. So that's pretty cool. When you do disband troops, you'll get back more resources. Dragon bosses and raids now have 10 more health bars. So this is actually pretty nice. I'm not going to lie. It takes so long to get the complete maps. That more often than not, I get worried that I'm not going to find enough dragons to actually be able to use all of my horns on. I always manage somehow. It's nice having alt accounts. For the really basic dragons, the weakest ones that you can get out of the maps, I usually will pop those, and I don't even share those. I know, I don't tell my housemates. I don't even share those because I can kill them by myself on my main account. There's no reason to share them. I confirm them myself, and then so bringing that up for 10 more health bars, that creates 2 additional attacks. I don't think that will change it for myself. I think in a 24-hour period, I'll still be able to farm them by myself, but I think it's a nice gesture to kind of expand and kind of help out the entire team. So now you have 8 seconds to interrupt hero altar bosses before they use their rise abilities, or the rise ability takes effect. This is kind of nice because I always worry that if I use a skill, maybe I'm going to get stuck and I'm not going to be able to do anything. So I try and time it well. I'm not the best with timing it. Honestly, I'm not the best at those events. So I think that's a nice little change. It might make it a lot easier. I'm hoping it doesn't make it so that you can just breeze through it. Wish we already can, but I think it is a nice step in the right direction. If you think about the first time you did the hero altar, this is a little bit more forgiving, so people that are doing it for their first time or really trying to get the hang of it, I think it will help them out more than anybody else. And finally, we have all commanders who were not able to complete the Conquer Nor chapter will be able to collect the rewards after the update. I'm not sure if that includes me. When you do go into Nor, there's going to be under your achievement tabs new chapters to complete. With that, there were some that I just couldn't get the rewards, and I couldn't figure out why. So it seems like Lilith is addressing that issue. It seems like maybe it is bugged, or maybe the chapters in the deadlines didn't actually line up so that you could collect it. So I'm glad that they're doing that. Those rewards are, I will take them. It's very nice. So with that, guys, this is the new patch 1.2116. It is coming out on the 13th, August 13th at 1 a.m. UTC, so get excited for that. Again, let me know below if you think that Dwarf or Rockin is going to get the best portion of this. I think Dwarf, if they can keep their blasters alive, will become a force again. Unfortunately, my mech research is so far behind that they aren't going to be an option for me. But anyways, until next time, guys, take care. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and I will see you guys tomorrow.